Hey there, boils and ghouls. It's your friend Tats. I'm back with another video. We got another box set here from good old Arrow that I want to talk about. I know other people have talked about this before, but I want to talk about it too. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, today, well, actually yesterday, I got in the box set for the Mexico trilogy from Arrow. This includes El Mariachi, Desperado, and Once Upon a Time in Mexico. And I'm sure, everybody's pretty much all heard by now that El Mariachi and Once Upon a Time in Mexico did not get 4K releases, but Desperado did. I'm not entirely sure why. I mean, it could be any number of reasons. I did hear the rumor that apparently that Robert Rodriguez is not a fan of 4K, but apparently Sony did the 4K transfer for Desperado, and he just kind of just like, well, you did it already, go ahead. But yeah, I've heard the rumor that he's supposed to not be a fan of the 4K format, and then I've heard, that he didn't want his movies updated to 4K because he wanted them to maintain their original look and feel and everything. I've heard those rumors. To be truthfully honest with you, just right off the bat, I'm going to say after checking these out, um, honestly, I'm not really that upset that El Mariachi and Once Upon a Time in Mexico did not get 4K releases. I mean, I would take them if they did put them in here, but after looking at El Mariachi, the movie is super duper low budget, and I believe it was shot on 16 millimeter. I mean, if you're a film fan or you know anything about this trilogy, you know that Rodriguez accomplished a great feat by with El Mariachi. He shot the movie for $7,000. He raised the money by participating in like experiments and things like this, hospital experiments and whatnot. So, he raised the money that way. But when you see the movie and you see what this man accomplished, you know, very low budget, borrowed equipment, no second takes and everything else, it's an incredible feat, what this man did. And it was just stunning and, such a quality film for practically no money, you know what I mean? And but the thing is, it's like when I watched the Blu-ray transfer on here and looking at it, the film quality is quite grainy. Of course, it's the film stock and everything is shot on. A number of the scenes almost look a little bit washed out. So it's possible that maybe at some point they might have attempted to do, a 4K transfer, but it just maybe when they tried it, it just didn't look right. I don't know. I wasn't there, so I couldn't tell you. So yeah, so I kind of got the feeling I don't think that El Mariachi would have benefited from a 4K release. I could be wrong about that. In the case of Once Upon a Time in Mexico, though, I totally understand why this movie didn't get a 4K release or a 4K upgrade. I'm curious though, because when I look at this, when I watch the transfer on the Blu-ray here, it very much looks like a 4K remaster. So I'm kind of wondering. I'm wondering if at some point, like maybe a year or two down the road, we might get the news. Hey, they're going to reissue this box set, but this time all three movies will get the 4K transfer. And if that's the case, I'm not going to bother with it. This is good enough for me, to be honest with you. But in a way, I could kind of understand why Once Upon a Time in Mexico doesn't really have a 4K release because, to be truthfully honest with you, the movie was shot in high definition digital, and honestly, I don't think this movie would have benefited at all from a 4K. Like you would have to be sitting like that close to the screen, and you would really have to put in some work. You would really have to try to see if there's any kind of difference in the picture quality between the Blu-ray and the 4K. But that being said, like I said, when I watched the 4K or the Blu-ray on Once Upon a Time in Mexico, it very much looked like a 4K remaster. So I don't know. Kind of hedging my bets, but I'm not going to be too awfully surprised if maybe a couple of years down the road they're going to be, hey, we're going to re-release this box set, but this time all three movies will get a 4K release. But as far as I'm concerned, this is it for me. So we're going to go through all these though, and there you go. There's the back. Tons of bonus features on all three movies. So, yeah. We'll start with El Mariachi. Original uncompressed Latin American Spanish stereo audio plus an English dub and lossless stereo. Optional English subtitles plus English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. Commentary by writer-director Robert Rodriguez. Big vision, low budget. A newly filmed interview with Rodriguez. The original Mariachi, a newly filmed interview with producer-star Carlos Gallardo. The music of El Mariachi, a newly produced featurette on the music in the film, featuring interviews with composers Eric Guthria, I hope I said that right, Chris Knudsen, Alvaro Rodriguez, and Mark Trujillo. Let's see here. 10-minute film school, an archive featurette produced and narrated by Rodriguez. Bedhead, a 1981 short film by Rodriguez, theatrical trailer and TV spot. I would actually encourage, if you haven't seen the short film Bedhead, I actually encourage you, check it out. It's really funny. It's a lot of fun. So, and that was just like a little short film he did. I believe he just something he kind of, like a little backyard movie he did with his brother and sisters. So, but that's pretty fun to check out. So, here we go. I'm sure you've already, like I said, I'm sure you've already seen the inside, the way these bad boys look. And, normally I'm not really big on the newly commissioned cover art. Most of the time I would go in for the original poster art, which is included. You get reversible sleeves on all of these. But I do have to say, I like the uniformity of these, and I like the way these are designed. Like, that looks pretty damn cool, in my opinion. I think they did a good job on that. That looks awesome. And you open it up. Each one of these comes with like a teeny weeny little mini poster. We'll show that in just a second. Okay, there's your disc. And pop you out here. And there you go. You do get the original poster art, which is still really cool. But I have to say, this is one of the few times I actually like the original cover art more. Of course, you got little weird science. Yeah, they're kind of in all these Arrow editions that they put out here recently. Then you got your little, like I said, you got your little itty bitty little mini poster here. Hang on. You got that. Then your flip side. But, even though it is standard Blu-ray and everything, the transfer on here does look fantastic. It looks really good. Easily the best. I've seen El Mariachi VHS, DVD, now, on this beautiful Blu-ray. And by far, this is very much the best this movie has ever looked. And this movie is a ton of fun. My God, it is so much fun. This is one of my favorite lines, Empotea way, because you got the one guy, he's looking for the mariachi. Every time he goes into a bar, he orders a beer. They always start to pour the beer in a glass. He always says Empotea way. In other words, give me the beer in the bottle. So, but anyway, yeah, El Mariachi, awesome. And like I said, there are some parts of the movie where I said there's some shots that look a little bit washed out and stuff. So I don't know, I don't know if they even attempted any kind of a 4K transfer with El Mariachi, but like I said, I'm wondering, considering the film elements, it may not look very good. So, all right, so now we're moving on to Desperado. Here we go. Again, I like that cover art. It's color me crazy, but and we got our little. Well, there's your 4K disc there. And there's your Blu-ray disc. So, yeah, you got to be really careful here with this one. Well, that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing you're going to be able to see. There's the Ultra HD on the 4K disc. Personally, I think what they should have done was maybe put like the original poster art there on the Blu-ray, so you could like tell the difference between the discs. And that's just me. Of course, you got your little mini poster here. You got your original poster art there. Desperado is an awesome movie. Have a lot of fun with this movie. Definitely like a modern day western, and I love that the Mariachi trilogy is so much like a kind of like a modern day like Man with No Name trilogy, you know. And the action scenes are fun. They are so much fun to watch, you know. It's like even though they are a little bit, you know, you're kind of like okay, that's not exactly how physics work, but you know, you got your reversible cover art. But you know, I love the way some of the gunplay goes in this movie, and you know, now of course the big burning question the is the 4K of Desperado worth it? It's like I honestly think it is. I do think though that there are probably going to be some people out there. They're probably going to think that they're probably going to think like maybe Sony might have used a little bit of digital work to kind of polish up the picture. It does, you know, I expected it to look a bit grittier, but it looks great though. It really does look really good. And come on, you know, dude, there you go, right there, Salma Hayek in 4K. That's all you need to know. But no, it looks really good. You know, they always talk about how like New York is, you know, like New York City is very much like a character in Scorsese films. In all three of these movies, Mexico is definitely a character in these films. And it's like it is so like it takes me back. Like when I watch these movies, it really takes me back to the times when I didn't have to, but the times like I traveled to Mexico on vacation and stuff like this, and like watching these movies, you know, and especially seeing this one in 4K, it definitely reminds me of, you know, cities in Mexico where I visited, and you know, just and it takes me back. You know, I mean, if you've ever been to Mexico and you know, and you watch these movies and stuff like that, it's definitely going to make you think about it. The detail is amazing, and you know, my God, I'm glad I got my air conditioner on because when I was watching the 4K on this a little while ago, I was like, I could feel the heat of the Mexico, you know, the Mexico sun, you know, burning down on you and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, Desperado looks really good on 4K, and you know, great cast. You know, Cheech Marin, Quentin Tarantino, Steve Buscemi. You know, like I said, Salma Hayek, Danny Trejo. You know, I mean, God, what more could you want? And Antonio Banderas. I do feel bad though that unfortunately Carlos Gallardo, even though he was great in El Mariachi, I like that Rodriguez kept him in the movies, but you know, I do feel bad that he wasn't able to come back and play the mariachi in all three films. But that's not taking away from Antonio Banderas. Banderas is great. We all know that. But yeah, the 4K for Desperado is definitely worth it. It only makes me sad though because I remember a while back that we were supposed to be getting a 4K for The Faculty from Scream Factory, and that didn't materialize for whatever reason. And apparently Paramount announced a long time ago we were supposed to get a 4K From Dusk Till Dawn, and that didn't happen either. And I think From Dusk Till Dawn would be a movie that would look amazing in 4K. Real quick, let me try to fire off the bonus features we got here. Okay, new 4K restoration from the original camera negative by Sony Pictures. Original uncompressed stereo audio of DTS HD MA 5.1 surround audio. Optional English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. Audio commentary by Ryder Rodriguez. Lean and Mean, a newly filmed interview with Rodriguez. Shoot Like Crazy, a newly filmed interview with producer Bill Borden. Let's see, Kill Count, a newly filmed interview with stunt coordinator Steve Davison. Lock and Load, a newly filmed interview with special effects coordinator Bob Shelley. Game Changer, a newly filmed appreciation by filmmaker Gareth Evans. The Raid Redemption, and 10 more minutes Anatomy of a Shootout, an archive featurette narrated by Rodriguez. Textless opening. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that. It's in Spanish. I can't pronounce it. And theatrical trailers. So, but yeah, the 4K for Desperado is amazing. So if you did get the standalone 4K, I think you're going to be happy with it. But I do think that there are going to be some people out there who are going to be like, hey, you know, just Yeah, it does feel like it's a little bit polished and stuff, but no, I think it's a really, really nice 4K. Now, last but not least, we have Once Upon a Time in Mexico. There you go. I love this movie. This movie is so much fun. It is a barrel of, not laughs, but a barrel of entertainment. At first I was a little bit upset because like, wow, man, no Johnny Depp on here. It's like, come on, man. But then it's like, okay, wait a minute. You see the sunglasses and you see the blood coming out when Johnny Depp gets his eyes taken out in the movie. But yeah, but still, really, really nice little cover art on there. But yeah, this movie too, amazing cast. You got, you know, Banderas, Salma Hayek, Danny Trejo, Enrique Iglesias, Ruben Blades, Willem Dafoe, Cheech Marin, Mickey Rourke, Johnny Depp, Eva Mendes. Like, damn, man, I mean, all-star cast in this bad boy. So, and we got the inside there. And there's your Blu-ray. Of course, you can see the reversible cover art there, which... There you go. Now, you're covering Johnny Depp's face there. So. Yeah, I really enjoy this movie, and everybody's great in it. I know I'm probably sounding biased, but everybody's great in this movie. Ruben Blades is awesome in this movie. He is so good. But yeah, sorry, just my personal opinion, but Johnny Depp definitely does steal the movie. He's really good in this. But they're all good. Okay, that's not taken away from anybody. Banderas is fantastic. Salma Hayek, unfortunately, she's not in the movie much, but for a little bit she's in. She's awesome. Of course, there you go. Your newly artwork, and then you got the original poster art. Cool. Of course, it's worth it to hang that poster just to have Salma Hayek on your wall. I know I'm a pig. What can I say? But there you go. But yeah, like I was saying a little while ago, is like I honestly, I'm not really upset that this one didn't get a 4K release because I honestly believe because the movie was shot in high definition, digital and stuff like that. Like you would really have to put the work in to try to see any kind of a difference if you got a 4K on here. But like I said, watching this, it does look like a 4K remaster. So I'm not going to be too surprised if down the road, we get word that they're going to re-release this box set, and this time all movies will get 4K releases, but this is good enough for me as far as I'm concerned. Real quick, let's try to name off the bonus features. Original DTS HD 5.1 surround and 2.0 stereo audio. Optional English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. Commentary by writer-director Robert Rodriguez. The Revolution will be digitized. A newly filmed interview with Rodriguez. Troublemaking. A new filmed interview with visual effects editor Ethan Menequis. I hope I pronounced that right. 8 deleted scenes with optional commentary by Rodriguez. 10-minute flick school, an archive featurette narrated by Rodriguez. Inside Troublemaker Studios, an archive featurette on Rodriguez's studio in Austin. 10-minute cooking school, an archive featurette in which Rodriguez shows you how to cook puerco pibil. That's a very fun little 10-minute flick to watch. Fun little bonus feature. Film is Dead in Evening with Robert Rodriguez, a presentation by the director given in 2003. That's where he was at a Q&A and he was talking about the benefits of starting to shoot movies on digital as opposed to shooting on film. The Anti-Hero's Journey, an archive featurette on the arc of the mariachi. Excuse me. The Good, the Bad, and the Bloody, Inside K&B Effects, an archive featurette on the film's special effects and theatrical trailers. So yeah, loaded, with bonus features. Each movie does come, they're not different. It's the same introduction, but each movie does come with an introduction by Rodriguez. So now we got the big poster. We had the little posters. Now we got a big one. So here we go. That is the one side. Hopefully you can see that. The lighting isn't helping much, I know. But then on the other side, you got that. So you got you got 3 mini posters and 1 big poster. I need to see about, doing some kind of like cool little frame and take like the little mini posters and put those together. Then of course, it's an Arrow big box release, so you got to have your booklet. So on the back, you got Danny Trejo looking like the badass that he is. So here we go. Let's see here. From El Mariachi. That's cool. Let's see. The man himself, Banderas. Awesome. Let's see here. Find something good here. Him and the young boy from Desperado. And let me see. Of course, Salma Hayek. You can never go wrong with Salma Hayek. We all know that. Let's see here. Come on. Quentin Tarantino for his little bit part in Desperado. So, let's see. Ooh. Again, Eva Mendes. You can't go wrong with Eva Mendes, can you? And yeah, that's about it. So, yeah, unfortunately though, I think that's the biggest thing that irritates me the most. The thing I hate is that there's nothing on here to explain why there are no 4K transfers for El Mariachi or Once Upon a Time in Mexico. I think that's the only thing that bothers me. But overall, I'm very happy with this box set. And like I said, if Arrow does decide to get a little cash grabby and down the road, or anybody tries to decide to get a little cash grabby and re-releases, as far as I'm concerned, this is good enough. I'm happy with this. I know, yeah, have all three movies in 4K would have been nice, but this is good enough for me. And honestly, if you love these movies, I think you're going to be very happy with this set. And look at all the bonus features you get and everything else. So, yeah, I would say, yeah, I mean, maybe wait a little bit, see if it might come down in price a little bit. I paid, it was like, with tax and everything, it was like $80 and change. So, but anyway, yeah, I love this set. I'm glad to have it. It's very much an upgrade from the Sony Blu-rays that I have. And, just now I have these in nice, gorgeous editions. So, yeah, I would say if you're a fan of these movies, check them out. And check them out first, see if you can stream them or whatever else. But if you love great over-the-top fun and action, you're going to get a kick out of these. So, yeah. Anyway, so I think that's about it. So if anybody took the time to watch all of this, I thank you for doing it, and I appreciate you for doing it. I honestly hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, could you please leave it a like? And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And that's it, everybody. So take care of my boils and ghouls. And yeah, gonna have a good time marathoning these bad boys. So take care. Have a good night, everybody.